Hi, my name is James and I'm an asset manager. An asset manager is somebody who works with all of our infrastructure to ensure that it delivers value for our communities. Most of where I work is in local government, so around water infrastructure and transport assets like roads. So, for example, at the planning stage, an asset manager might ask the question, do we need a road? Who's going to use the road? And how big does that road need to be? Once the road's been constructed, those questions become things like, how often does that road need to be maintained? When that road reaches the end of its life, an asset manager is then asking, how do we dispose of it? And how do we build a new one to fulfill the same role? Asset managers are really important because they're who are ensuring that our assets actually deliver value. If an asset isn't delivering value, it's not really an asset. So a typical week, I'll be here in the office, looking at lots of data and understanding problems and helping to try and solve them. But I also get to get out and about. Like yesterday I was in Palmerston North looking at lots of different kinds of water infrastructure. So this is a tool that maps out all of the wastewater treatment plants across New Zealand, and it's something that we use quite a bit. So the key responsibilities of an asset manager are really balancing opportunity, risk and costs with delivering value. So it's a lot of decision making and evaluating options for how we can do those things. One of my favourite parts about working in asset management in New Zealand is that I get to work with lots of natural assets. New Zealand's obviously a very green place, and we try to put a lot of emphasis into nature-based solutions for a lot of our problems. So in particular, I work a lot with things we call green infrastructure, so a lot of plants and things like that within the city that can provide flood protection. To become an asset manager, I'd say that a degree can be useful because it helps you to develop problem-solving skills and research skills and those sorts of things that are quite useful, but isn't an absolute requirement. Some people don't have any qualifications that are sort of formal, but over time they sort of work through and become familiar with the asset and become an asset manager. Having an understanding of the broader drivers for why we might want infrastructure or why a community wants infrastructure is really important. Having an understanding of the things that the people around you value beyond just your specific area of interest is a really, really important thing that can help you become a very good asset manager. My favourite thing about my job is that I get to do lots of different things, so I don't really get bored. That's the simple answer.